Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel here in Brick Township, New Jersey. Met up with Sawyer and Chelsea, and they have a really cool skoolie conversion they're gonna give us a tour of today. So join us.
Hi, I'm Sawyer.
I'm Chelsea.
This is our dog Nala, and this is a 2001 International 3800 school bus. It has a T444E diesel engine. We've been building it for 3 years now. Put about 15 to 16K into it, ready to hit the road. Come on in, check it out.
This is the traveler bus.
Cool, so come take a look at the cockpit area. It's all nice pine wood, nice sanded down. My favorite part is definitely this shifter. Has the original bus number on it from when we bought it. You know, we have the backup camera and the Garmin, everything we need to take this on the road. We have a nice storage area on the top there. Just have some knickknacks and stuff like that to make it more homey. Nice bench that we built out right in front of the heater. All painted, same wood, same sand. We have the nice door we just painted a couple days ago. We think the green is a nice contrast with the outside. And like we said before, we have the nice pine ceiling. Have all insulation in there. We didn't do spray foam, but next time we definitely will be doing spray foam. We have the Smart Core floors as well. I got those at Lowe's. They're waterproof. And in this cabinet right up here, we just have our shoes and a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that likes to fall out on us. Nice close, so it closes tight and doesn't move when we drive. We have these curtain rods that we made, curtains that we sewed.
Just quick Velcro, and they can open up, and they're all blackout. We made these screens, just adjustable pull-out screens from Home Depot. We glued some magnets onto it, and they stick perfectly to the outside, and no bugs. It's been working great. We can get the breeze in with no bugs and mosquitoes. And then under here we have these little window locks, and they all open for extra storage. We got some reusable bags, dog stuff, books. We got blankets, electronics in this one.
And then this also pulls out into a couch, probably a little bit bigger than the twin.
There we go.
There we are.
Yes.
So it pulls out nicely.
It's a comfy bed.
Fits a nice couple to snuggle next to each other. The skylights, of course, we built those right from the emergency hatches. We love them. They're definitely bringing in the heat and the sun, but they're definitely worth it. And then over here we just have our nice little table area. Nice plexiglass to keep this safe and not water damaged. These open up too for just more storage. We have our first aid kit and stuff in there. More shoes because we are 8 people with a lot of shoes.
So we got this table custom made. It was originally, I found it off Etsy. It was about half the size, but I loved the design of it, so I reached out to her. I asked her to make it bigger, and this is what she came up with. And we put plexiglass over it to protect it, and it's really beautiful. It also comes out, so if we wanted more space, we talked about maybe making another bed here, but that's for the future. We got these 2-inch, I believe, foam pads from Joann's. Got some fabric and folded it over and stapled it, and they're super comfy and they look awesome. We love the design of it.
So when you come back over here, you have some light switches right behind the driver's seat, which do the living and dining, and then the front cockpit area. And then we got this partition off the side of the road. Painted it, put some plants on it, and made it look like ours. So
this is one of our favorite parts because we had the idea from the beginning, but we kind of forgot about it. And then we were driving home one day and we saw it, and we were like, "Oh my God, it's perfect! It'll fit amazing!" So
it has so much character.
Just painted it, and we've been growing our pothos for years, so it finally has its home.
We'll come back. We'll come to the little plant section. Need our plants. We have a nice little under storage under here for more winter and seasonal clothes. The nice little, I think it's a 10-inch TV, nothing too big, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, just got a little Roku on it.
And then this is the kitchen. Tons of counter space. We have a lot of room in here. This is made out of like a 2x4, just glued together and sanded down. Like we said, it's a DIY project, so we don't have any like crazy professional tools, so it's all do it yourself at home. We have a nice maple live edge shelf up here. It's definitely not optimal for moving, but we'll work through it.
And then you can't have a house without a junk drawer, so we have a somewhat organized pens, glue, little tools, cards.
And then my favorite is the mesh on the front. It's like from a vent. So you put it on top of a vent. We just decided, hey, I think it would look good in there, and that's where it went. More storage in here. We have like snacks, and all of these open up. That's all of our pots and pans. This one actually opens and then it slides out, and we have all of our jars and all of our glassware, which I guess isn't the best idea, but
That's my coffee station.
yep, we have
down
all of
there.
our coffee stuff.
Got all of our utensils, all lids, straws.
We have a nice farmhouse sink. I think it was for a bathroom meant for, but said, hey, I think it's going to be perfect in the sink. Have hot running water off the faucet. And then we have our pump down here. So all the plumbing and stuff's running right through there. So the plumbing works, looks good. We have a nice little top cabinet, have all of our plates and stuff in it. And we really like to use these little black mesh stuff to our best advantage. It's really helpful in like moving around and making rattle sounds and stuff like that. Yeah, and then we have our brick veneer wall. This is definitely one of the favorite things in the bus. I know we said that a lot, but it turned out so well. It's half bricks, so it's like slices, and then nice and light, so it's not as heavy as a full brick would be. We come over here, we have some more counter space, and then our propane oven, which is awesome, has nice 3 burners, opens up to an oven, and then we have our garbage can and just essential stuff
Yeah,
down
just
here.
a little pull-out garbage.
We have our dog food and dog stuff, so our big dog eats on that side and our little dog eats on this side. Have our cubic mini on this side. We love this thing, it definitely heats it up really nice. This fan helps a ton. I think I would definitely recommend getting the fan if you were to do it. But yeah, this thing really heats this front area up.
So of course with this you have to have safety precautions. So this is like real brick veneer, just thinned out like he said, some tile, and then this is just metal and it's spray painted with fire resistant black spray paint. So it should be really good. And then this, oh you mentioned it, but this heats up this and then that will start to work off the heat. So there's no power to it and it blows everything around.
Yep, it's powered by little cubes of compressed sawdust you throw in there. And you use one of these babies and it lights right up.
And then under here, this is just like our basket for wood that we still have to get. And then under here, we just have some bags, some teapots, you know, just little pots, whatever we couldn't fit in these.
And it will come down to our next cabinet, which is like spices and all the good stuff that you need to put on anything you make.
So we went with a regular, like mini size fridge. And, you know, there's plenty of space. We weren't trying to cheap out on space for our food. You know, it was very important to us.
And it's plugged in the back into an outlet, which runs over to our whole solar system we have in this little utilities closet, which we have our 100 amp lithium battery in there, our campless tankless water heater. Then we'll come over here to the pantry. Yeah, so we have a bunch of stuff in here, just food, anything you can think of, chia seeds, anything. It pulls out all the way. It's really nice. We have some more storage right up here. Have our mini wheats and stuff. And then we'll come up here to the fan. This is just a little fan, sucks out. Definitely does its job. We definitely want to get more fans because we don't have AC in here, which is kind of a rough one, but we'll deal with the fan for now. We have a
I
couple
would definitely
solar.
recommend getting the fan that goes in and out because we just have the one that pushes out. So one thing we noted for next time.
For sure. And we'll come back here.
This is our little linen closet. You know, just all of our products, towels, washcloths, just anything we couldn't fit anywhere else. And then over in here we have our clothes closet. Quite a lot of clothes, but a lot of storage.
Yeah, it's more her closet, but that's okay.
We split this drawer, we each get 2, and these are awesome because, you know, they open and we can put them up on the bed and really go through it so we're not standing here like having it lean on us. And then we have some vacuum sealed bags in the back just for winter stuff, just out of the way. We don't need it right now, it's too hot for that. But plenty of space. This is bigger than the closet that was at my house, so I'm very happy about it.
And then we have some little just latches and stuff to make sure it doesn't fly open when we drive. So we have a little height on the ceiling. It's not too bad. I think it's like probably
You're 5'11", so I would say
six
maybe?
foot, something like that. So I'm just fitting in here, which is really nice. And then we'll come over here to this really beautiful barn door that we built. It's on slides, so it just slides open. Again, we have a little hook back here to make sure it doesn't move when we drive. And then yeah, we have our nice nature head composting toilet in there.
We haven't used it yet, so we'll get back to you on how it is.
Yeah, so it's brand new. It's opening and just open the little chute. And there it goes. Yeah, so the poop, or the number 2, goes in this area, and then the pee comes up here into these little holes, and then it drops into this little tub. You just open this up, take this tub out, dump it. I don't really know. I guess anywhere. It's just kind of pee. It's healthy for the world. We have our cleaning brush back here, and then nothing's in there yet, but we're gonna put like a coconut core fiber in there, and it's all moist and mix it up in a straight compost. We have a nice little mirror right here. Kind of wrap Charizard as always. Curtain rod, so that privacy. And again, we have all the rooms basically have light switches on the walls and LEDs in the ceiling.
And then these skylights were originally the roof hatches that we took out, cut the hole bigger, and put plexiglass up. And we love them. We love how much light they bring in. Definitely we'll probably get a curtain for it eventually because it's pretty bright and
Gets hot with the sun
sunspots
coming
get
in.
hot. But we love it. We're so happy we did it.
So we sewed all this up, have a nice little curtain rod, opens up into our shower. We have a nice skylight in there as well. Just want all the sunlight we can get.
Yep, we can't wait to see the stars while we shower.
No light in there, but what's a candle, you know? You just use a candle. And that closes up nicely. And then yeah, this is the bedroom.
Yep, we got a queen size bed in here. It lifts up if we needed it to. We don't really think that we're gonna have to lift it up too much, but we have like our little bed desks down there for when we just want to sit in bed and go on our computer or whatever. And then we have our propane heater. It's the Dynaglow propane. I believe it's for like an ice house, but it works perfect. Has a fan on it. It's awesome. It really kicks ass. This is just our laundry bin, you know, gotta have a laundry. And oh, and then this is the dog area, so she loves it, obviously. And then our other dog, they both go under there. They have plenty of space to just sleep, and you know, they love it under the bed, so they're happy about that. And then over here, we just got our little nightstand we got from IKEA. It was a perfect fit. So many drawers, you know, just like little organizers. And we moved our emergency windows to back here, and there's one behind the sink, and we love that we can open it right there, and the dogs love it too. And then up there, we are planning to maybe put a mini split AC unit, but for right now, it's just a little decor shelf. And these I got at a RV recycle place in Washington, and I love them. When the lights are off, it's so cozy in here, and it looks so cute. So we sewed up all these curtains. Curtains can be very expensive, so we just bought long ones, cut them up, and sewed them ourselves, and they're all blackout, so energy efficient. And with the skylight, we need some blackout curtains in here.
Like I said before, we have the switches in all the rooms and the outlets. Probably have about 5 outlets in here, and then they all run off the 100 or 400 watt solar panels that are on the roof, which is super nice. I think it's definitely going to be enough wattage for us and what we need. Also, we have a 3,000 watt inverter in here. For the fridge, the outlets, all the stuff that needs the 12 volt. And then it goes into the DC too. So all runs, this whole closet is electric city in here. So we have all of that stuff. I think we forgot to mention, which is a lot of people's favorite part, is the cedar roof. Yeah, that's definitely took a decent amount of time. I think it was worth the effort though. Ripped it all down with the rivets and all the hammering, but it was definitely worth it. Have little hooks that come up, and we tacked it all in.
We wanted to save as much roof space for him as possible.
Yeah, obviously, I don't have much room
So
left,
we custom cut a bunch of, I guess, plywood to the shape of the curve and screwed it into the framing in the bus, so then nailed right into that. So instead of running everything down and losing about half an inch, we were able to get as much as the bus gives us,
but also
which is
it was
awesome.
a 2-week job just for the roof
Yes, it was
alone,
a huge
so,
project
yeah,
with the
a lot
tongue
of
and
work.
groove, but it's worth it. It's one of our favorite parts.
Yeah, cool. And then we'll come take a look outside and see what we got out there. Start out here with the door. I love how it's just not a bifold anymore and it opens all together. We put some nice sheet wood or sheet metal on the door, and then we have nice thick metal here with some metal screws to really hold it together and not bounce around and be loose. Double lock on there, so some safety is definitely our option.
Yep, this is our other lock for out here. Just goes in and then we lock that, and then that's perfect.
Yep, can't open that.
Right.
We'll come on down and we'll have this bench here. We have these nice hatches on the side that rip off. And then it's a double use because then we can use it for the storage while moving and for a nice little table when we're at our destination. We store our 2 propane tanks under here. We have our dog food. We have our generator, propane generator. So if we really need power and our solar isn't working it, then we can use that. We have our hose and peat moss and a bunch of stuff in here for anything we need in the bus. So the paint is a Sherwin-Williams industrial paint. Definitely waited a little bit for it. It's like a certain metal tint that we needed to wait for, so we sprayed that on, taped it off, and it turned out really well. It's like a matte finish. The roof is Tropicool, which is like a coolant for the sun, so it definitely helps with the heat in there. We love the 2 colors, the contrast, so we were happy with the tan instead of the white. I think a lot of people do the white, but we decided to do the tan. She mentioned it a little bit before, but these are those emergency exits that open, and then we have just like a little stick that we stick in here, and that's so much air. This vent right here is for the composting toilet. It runs right out. There's a little fan in there if you're familiar with with Nature's Head. So we're coming around the back here. We have our bike. We're missing one bike. We kind of want to get electric bikes because don't really want to whip around this if we have to go to the grocery store or something. And then we have a nice lock on the back here for the garage, which also locks, and then it opens, and we just have like tennis rackets and a toolbox and anything we can really use that we don't want to put up there, we put in there. We have a backup camera, so this is what the license plate is. It has a little camera on it. Super useful, would recommend. And then this is our shower for our dogs and their paws, or if we want to take a shower outside. Nice little clip right there, clips up, and then you just kick it on, and pressure's pretty good. I think if both was on, it would definitely be more, but that's coming straight from the pump and no hose, so looks pretty nice.
Yeah, we love that feature.
We come down a little more, again, we have this emergency window. So much air, would definitely recommend that. And then we have our battery charger that comes right from the inside. We don't have a 30 amp. Again, it's a DIY, so we didn't really want to mess with the 30 amp or how serious that power is, so I think that's just enough that we need.
Maybe on the road we'll put that in, but not for right now.
Yep, and then this is the water hookup. So we have our 2 35 gallons, so in total we have 70 gallons of fresh water in here. And then for the sink and the shower, we have 40 gallons of gray water. So if you notice these wires that are in here, they're the tank monitors. So in the closet in there, in the electricity closet, we have a monitor so you can hold it and check out how much water you have in your tanks without having to come out here. It's the little things that feel like make it homey and stuff like that, and that's definitely helpful.
So we got the bus at auction for $3,600. We got in a little bit of a bidding war, but we were willing to go much higher. But we got it off Gov Deals, and then we just went and picked it up in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Drove it home that day and just parked it right in the driveway.
School buses, every 10 years they have to come off the road, so it was maintained well. We got new tires, luckily, right when we bought it, so we lucked out really well.
Yeah, it was in great condition. Not a lot of rust.
We can't keep it yellow because I'm pretty sure it's illegal to have the yellow bus, as long as the stop sign and the little thing that comes out in the front and smacks people. Yeah, you can't have any of that stuff, so bare minimum. Definitely wouldn't want it on there anyway because I like the minimalist of it.
Yeah.
Took some mirrors off here as well, and it looks just like we pictured it. Yeah, I love the cockpit. I mean, I said it before, but this thing really just shines for us. It's exactly what we wanted it to look like.
What were some of the biggest obstacles that you had to overcome once you go out and buy a bus, you bring it home? Talk to me about registration and insurance.
Yeah, so for us, we're in New Jersey, so it's not the nicest with registering a bus.
Or insurance.
Yeah, or insurance. We definitely got lucky on who we got it from because it was like a family friend that kind of hooked us up, but we pay about $2,000 a year right now. Definitely want to change that. Hoping to get like an Oregon address or somewhere out there because it's definitely way easier to do this stuff out there than to do it here.
did you start out with this school bus title and then had to change it to an RV title?
So we got the license plate and it did say school bus. We inspected it, got all that stuff done, and then yeah, we got it registered as a RV, which is really awesome. It's funny though, because at those companies they type in the VIN number and we say RV, but it comes up as a big yellow school bus,
Yeah, we
and they're
try
like,
to pass
wait
it
a
off,
second.
but then they see the school bus and they're like, yeah.
So it's
not an
definitely a
RV.
little bit of an issue, I would say, around on this side of the coast, but anywhere else I feel like it would just be.
So you're saying that one of the challenges with insurance, not necessarily registering or titling it as an RV over a school bus?
Yeah, I would say registering it as an RV really wasn't that bad. They were just like, okay, it's an RV, and then we got it on there. And then the
insurance was
Yeah,
the struggle.
yeah.
It took us, it was in the driveway for, I believe, about 2 years with no insurance. We couldn't drive it. And then we were just looking the whole time, different companies. We called a whole bunch of different places. And then finally someone accepted our proposal of insuring us. So
Yep.
here we are. Now we could drive it and, so
Yeah.
much better.
Now, what about the build part of it? Designing the systems, picking the water heater, the battery. Was that hard to do?
Yeah, so I would say YouTube is like
Yeah.
insanely your best friend. It's like the technology on YouTube now that you can learn is so great. So we bought it right out of high school. Definitely was a bigger task than we initially thought. Give us a lot more respect for people that do
Yes.
this kind of stuff on a daily basis. But yeah, it was a lot of work right out of high school. Yeah, but it definitely turned out to the standards that we want. We have the solar and all that stuff hooked up, which is so nice.
We were definitely a little bit of perfectionists at the beginning and, not wanting to see any seams or anything like that. But as you go, you're like, we did it all ourselves with the help of his dad. And, we know that it's just us, so.
Yep, imperfections
Yeah,
are what makes it homey,
exactly.
So it was an over 3-year build process, and what's next? I know you guys are hitting the road and going
Yeah.
out. Is that what you're going to be doing for the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years?
Yeah, so we talk about traveling for about a year and a half. We could hate it, we could love it and want to do more. Our end goal is Oregon, but again, that could change. We could visit a place and completely love it and want to settle down there. And then we've talked about doing other builds and kind of doing it for other people and just, building UPS trucks and other school buses and vans and just selling them.
It's
So
definitely hooked us a lot more than we thought.
Yeah.
On like the community, and everyone about it is so like nice and willing to help.
So helpful. Everyone on Instagram that we reached out to was
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Like jumped right in to help and do what they can. From
I
Instagram.
think I've been following you for the last couple of years on Instagram, and little did I know that you guys were building this a quarter mile from my house.
I
We went to the
know.
same high school,
I know.
and here we are. And let me tell you, I've been a lot of enough school buses that are DIY built, and this is at the top for aesthetics and build quality. I'm really impressed with what you've done
Yeah,
here.
thank you, really.
And I'm excited to follow your journeys, and I'm sure some of the viewers are going to want to see what you're doing with this as you go on the road. How are they going to be able to find you?
Yeah, so you can find us at the Traveler Bus on Instagram. We have a YouTube channel as well, but we're gonna start uploading and fixing all that stuff up when we like get on the road and start traveling, because that's the kind of entertainment or content we want to put out for everyone. So yeah, definitely check us out on those.
Now that it's all done and you're ready to hit the road full time, is there one thing that when you were building this, that you wish you could change right now?
So the first thing we did was we ripped all the seats out, we ripped everything out, and then we took the windows out. And like we said before about the emergency hatches, we moved them so they're in those spots, which is so great, but the windows, water is just your worst enemy. The windows leak. We kind of got it under control now, but definitely just don't touch the windows. Just leave those
They're
in.
caulked correctly.
Yeah, the people that made the bus know how to caulk those windows, so definitely just leave them as they are.
I would say probably like pre-planning a little bit more. Like we wish that we spray foamed, ran our wires earlier than we did, because once the walls are up and everything, you you gotta either rip down the wall or just deal with not having whatever you wanted to wire. So I would say pre-planning a little bit.
Was the budget smaller when you first started out to where it became?
I feel like we kind of stuck with our budget a little bit.
Yeah, we wanted to spend like, again, we came right out of high school, so we were like, oh,
We were
money,
working
and then we're like, oh, maybe like 10K we wanted to spend. We only went a little bit over, which is nice, but it's the maintenance and all that stuff that really sneaks up on you, so
Yeah.
definitely have to make sure it's running well and maintains nicely.
Well, Sawyer and Chelsea, thank you very much for taking the time today to give us a tour of your beautiful creation. Well, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd love it. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
The fridge, we just went with a Magic Chef fridge and freezer. It's definitely a little bit big.